Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm attempting a 24-hour readathon. Yeah, so I've been thinking about this for a little while and just decided this afternoon that I wanted to do this. So today is December 30th. I'm filming this about 9 p.m. on the 30th, and I'm gonna make this a true midnight to midnight 24-hour readathon. So I love the symbology, the symbolism of staying up till midnight on December 31st, being awake. It's a brand new year. So since I was already planning on staying up till midnight, I decided, hey, I'm gonna stay up on the 30th. I'm gonna read through the 31st. Today, it's gonna be all about reading. We'll see how much I can get done. I said at the beginning of the month that I wanted to try to get through all the books that I used to have stacked right back there. I have moved them. I'm going to show them to you. I did not get through all of those books. So I have a stack in front of me. I am extremely unlikely to get through all of these, especially since 3 other books that I need to read are not even in this stack. One's on audiobook, 2 are on Kindle. We'll see how that goes. Looks like my battery's about to die. So I'll try to finish this quickly. So the books that I have to read, Gods and Monsters. I have some thoughts about this book. I am about 65% of the way through this book. I'll save my thoughts for later, at the end when I finish it. I forget what the 2 books, I think I have These Hollow Vows, and I forget what the other book is on Kindle. On audiobook, I'm listening to We Free the Stars. I'm really excited about that one. Then I have 6 Crimson Cranes, Lore, Realmbreaker, A Vow So Bold and Deadly, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron. So, sorry, it's not focusing. Chain of Iron. So I'm gonna try to get through as many of these as possible to finish out the year and start the new year on a clean slate reading wise. We'll see how this goes. So last night I spent some time listening to the We Free the Stars audiobook while I cross-stitched. I got really far into that. I've got about 5 hours left out of a, I think, 17-hour audiobook. I am really enjoying it. The world is immersive. It's very slow moving. All right, so the book that I'm going to pick up now, I just picked up the book and the bookmark fell out, so great. But the book that I'm going to pick up now is Gods and Monsters. I'm not super happy with it right now because they pulled in the, oh, I'm going to lose all my memory and become the same person that I was at the beginning of the series, no character growth. I don't like that at all. At all. Probably one of my least favorite tropes, but gonna read it. So I finally finished Gods and Monsters. Not impressed. It took me way too long to finish. This book went on and on and on and on and on, and it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. So much of this plot made no sense. I can't even talk about it. I already knew, like, the whole, I gave up my memories, so I gave up all of my character growth, but somehow I still remember some things. I don't like that trope. I think it's lazy. I think it's dumb. I don't like it. But I managed to finish it. This is probably gonna get a 2-star from me. So it is about mid-afternoon. I'm coming to you from my kitchen because I'm going to make some coffee. After I finished Gods and Monsters, I turned on the audiobook for We Hunt the Flame, which is the conclusion to the duology by Hafsa Faizal. I thought it was really good. When I think about that book, I have complicated feelings about it. Like, I can think of things that weren't done well. Like the character of Yasmin she was sorely underutilized in this book. And I thought, and then what happened at the end. But anyway, I digress. The magic system a lot of times didn't make sense. There was a lot of Deus Ex Machina, honestly, but I still absolutely adored the book. Like, how is that even possible? How is that even? And I think it comes down to Hafsa Faisal's writing. I felt absolutely enveloped in the world of Arawiya throughout the entire book. Like, I thought it was amazing. Her writing is expressive. It's the beautiful lyrical prose that I so enjoy in Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares. So I think that's probably why I like it so much. And the world that Faisal creates is just stunning. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it. Probably 4.5 stars, because there were things that would keep me from giving it 5 stars, but I found it absolutely immersive. And I also wonder if I would have loved it as much if I'd read it physically and not as audiobook, because both of the narrators for this book did an amazing job. So I do definitely recommend this duology. I'll probably purchase it to put it in my own collection. Not classroom library or anything. It's YA. I actually think it's new adult, even with the ages of the characters, because I don't know. It's tricky where to put it in that age categorization. But I enjoyed it, and as soon as I finish making my coffee, I'm going to get my Kindle and pick up and start reading these Hollow Vows. So 2 books down, we'll see how many more I can get done. So I just finished these Hollow Vows, easy read, and it did absolutely nothing. It broke no new grounds. It laid up this, oh, I don't like fairies, but I'm gonna fall in love with 2 fairy princes. Every single thing about this book was predictable. The writing, average. The characterization, practically non-existent. Lame. It just was not good. It wasn't terrible. So I'll probably rate this like a 3 star because it was average, but it did nothing. Moved me in no particular way. Somehow she absolutely loves both of these guys, even though one she doesn't know at all. And the other, it was clear from the very beginning that he was manipulating her. Clear from the very beginning. So now I have to decide whether or not I'm going to read the other book that I have on my Kindle, or if I'm going to read 6 Crimson Cranes. It's about 7, so I have 5 hours. Not nearly enough to get to any but 1 or 2 more books. So that is the 3rd book down. So pretty successful all in all for a 24-hour readathon, 19 hours. At this point, I'm gonna scoop myself up some ice cream, watch a little booktube, then get back to some reading and hope that my neighbors don't shoot off fireworks all night. They've been at it for an hour. So it's only about an hour or so later. Thank you for friendly focusing. I am making some coffee. Yes, more coffee. I've finished another book. So no, I didn't read an entire book in 1 hour. What I did was on my to-do list was to catch up on some of that daily reading that I say that I do. Went through a dark tunnel. So catching up on some of that daily reading that I do. And that book that I just finished is Courageous Conversations by Glenn Singleton. So you'll notice something new about this book, at least new for me, and that is tabbing. So I actually went through, used my handy dandy highlighter and my tabs, and anytime I came across something powerful, a sentence that struck home, I highlighted it, put a tab in there. As you can see, there's a lot. The thing that really gets me about this book, and I could not stop thinking about, was the immense difficulty in applying any of this in a position as an individual teacher in my district in the South. There's a culture, a system that actively is working against this. And I see it and I read it and I resonate with it, and I know that this is what needs to be done. Having these hard conversations is what needs to be done. But a point that Glenn Singleton makes in this book is that it's gotta be whole system for this change to actually take effect. I am going to go to my TBR cart and I'm gonna get another one of these books that I'm gonna work on. I still have several days worth to catch up on, so hopefully I can get those things crossed off and caught up on my day of reading. I got 4 more hours left of 2021. Maybe I can get one more book read before the end of the year. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up the 24-hour readathon. It's actually Saturday afternoon. I didn't film the wrap up on the day because I went straight to bed at midnight, but I didn't finish any other books than what I mentioned. I did get 100 pages into 6 Crimson Cranes, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I've just gotten to the point where her stepmother has cursed her, turned her brothers into cranes. The part that's in the synopsis. So we'll see how this goes from here. So I'm excited about that. All in all, I had a successful 24-hour readathon. Now, I didn't get to hardly any of the books that I mentioned because I did choose to prioritize the ebook because those have to be turned in sooner. And I had some other books to finish, but I read an entire book that was These Hollow Vows. I finished 2 physical books. I finished Gods and Monsters, and I finished Courageous Conversations About Race. I finished an audiobook, We Hunt the Flame. No, sorry, We Free the Stars. We Hunt the Flame is the first in the series. That was a significant chunk. I hadn't read much of it prior to this reading vlog. So that's 4 books completed and a 5th one started. Successful 24-hour readathon, and welcome to 2022.